ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम आप्यायन्तु ममांगानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि। सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्त दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम्। स यथा तत्र न अदाह्येत ऐतदात्मविदं सर्वं तत्सत्यं स आत्मा तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो इति तद्धास्य विजिज्ञायते तत्सत्यं स आत्मा तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो। तत्सत्यम, that is satyam, that is truth. What is that? यद आत्मा विसंधि अनविसंधिकृत समय संधिकृते मोक्ष बंधने। By remaining steadfast in which there is moksha, and by ignorance of which there is bondage. That one. Yaccha moolam jagatah, that is the moolam, the cause of the creation, the upadana karana of the creation, the very self of the creation, anima, the subtle essence. Yat ayatanaha, yat pratishthaha, sarvaha prajaha, yad moolaha. So Vashyakara says, yaccha moolam jagatah, yad moolaha, yad ayatanaha, yat pratishthaha, sarvaha prajaha. All the beings have their source in which they abide, in which they merge back into which. That one. Yadatmakam cha sarvam. So this yat goes with tat. Tat satyam. That is truth. Which is that? The yat. Yadatmakam sarvam. Which, all of which has that which is the Atma. Yaccha ajam, amrutam, abhayam, shivam, advitiyam. That is ajam, birthless, amrutam, deathless, and therefore abhayam, fearless, shivam, auspicious, of the nature of ananda, advitiyam, which is non-dual. That is satyam, that is the truth. So that is the irreducible substratum. That is the non-negatable reality. That is the absolute reality. What is absolute reality? That which is not dependent upon time, place or condition. Regardless of what the time is, at every time. Regardless of what the place is, at every place. Regardless of what the vastu is, what the thing is, in everything. There is nothing that can displace it, nothing that can negate it. Because everything is because of that. Just as a pot cannot negate the clay because pot depends upon clay for its existence. Similarly, nothing, no time. Time exists because of which space exists, because of which anything exists, because of which. So, none of them can negate that. That is non-negatable. Everything else can be let go. You can drop everything, negate everything. And that's the whole idea. That everything can be negated, everything can be let go. You can let go of any time, any place, anything from your consciousness if you want. You can withdraw your attention from anything. But that from which you cannot withdraw attention is your own self. That is Satyam, Sa-Atma, Tattvamasi, Shvetaketu. Ataha Tattvamasi, He Shvetaketu, it is Tava Atma, yourself, and therefore you are that. Iti Uktartham. Now on the page 287 we proceed further. Says Anandagiri, Tvam Tadasiti Tvamartha Uddeshena Tadartha Bhavo Vidhiyate. So sentence is Tat Tvam Asi. Really sentence is Tvam Tat Asi. This is being told to Shvetaketu. Tvam Tat Asi. Hey Shvetaketu, you are that. So in English we have the subject and the predicate. Subject is what is first given and predicate is what explains the subject, says something about the subject. Like Rama is going to forest. Rama is the subject. Going to forest explains what Rama is called predicate. Similarly in Sanskrit, Uddeshya and Vidheya. Uddeshya means subject. Vidheya means predicate. So Videya is that which says something about the subject. It explains something about the subject. So Tat Tvam Asi. Tvam Tat Asi. That's the sentence. You are that. So you are subject. Asi. And the subject about you, something is being told. What is it? Tat Asi. So Tat becomes the predicate, which explains something about Tvam. Subject and predicate, or Uddeshya Vidheya. Subject is something which is known. Predicate is something which is told about that. So Uddeshya is about something which is known, and Vidheya is something that is being told about the what is known. So Tvam, you are already known who you are. Being told something that it does not know. Tatasi, you are that, you are Brahman. So says Anandagiri, Tvam Tadasi. That's a sentence, So Tattvamasi is now restated as Tvam Tadasi. To clarify that Tvam is Vishya subject, Tat is the predicate, Tvam is the Uddeshya, Tat is the Vidheya. Idi Tvamartha Uddeshena. So keeping Tvam, you as in mind. Tadartha bhavo vidhiyate. Tadartha bhava means what? That Tvam is told that you are Tat. So Tadartha bhava, that Tvam means Tat. Vidhiyate is what is being said about Tvam. So predicate is that which explains the sentence, explains that which is that subject. So Tvam is known to us, who I am. I am told you are Brahman. So therefore that Brahman becomes predicate of Videya, and you became the subject or the Uddeshya. So this sentence says that Uddeshya is Videya. This is not always an identity, here is identity. Rama is going to forest. So going to forest explains something about Rama. Here what it says, that you are that, means that it is saying that you are of the same nature as that. Because he doesn't know that. He does not know who I am, or he takes himself very wrongly, different from what he truly is. That is why he is to be told. So why should you be told what you are? One thing is, you do not know what you are, or you have the wrong notions or wrong perception about yourself. And particularly, if that wrong perception is causing all the problems in your life. So Vedanta says that all problems, meaning all sadness or sorrow, any kind of mental suffering, is a result of the wrong perception that one has about oneself, wrong perception that I have about myself. My perception is, I am a jiva, I am a limited being, I am a karta, it will explain. I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, etc. Kartritva, bhoktritva. Therefore, I am a speaker, I am a hearer. So that is my perception about myself. And unhappiness or sadness can only be centered in one of these things. Sadness, unhappiness can be centered upon the speaker, hearer, thinker, giver, taker, doer, enjoyer. See, unhappiness or sadness has to have one of these locus. Karta can be locus of unhappiness. Bhokta can be locus of unhappiness. So speaker, thinker, hearer, seer. And so, since these notions about myself are the cause of unhappiness, therefore, the need to be told that you are not what you take yourself to be, you are Brahman, you are something else. To say that a whole background was created before it was told. How the whole universe has Sat as its Atma. And how that Atma, Sat or Brahman, deliberated how it became the whole universe. How, having created the universe of names and forms, how it entered. And therefore, look, who are you? You are the one who has entered here. Bhashyaka will explain this. So, whole background was created before he was told, you are Brahman. So, tad artha bhava vidhiyate. This statement, Tvam tadasi, it tells us that this Tvam is none other than Tat. Now, this raises a question. Tatra uddeshyasya. So that which subject, which is Tvam, which is Shvetaketu. Shariradve vishistasya. Who is Shvetaketu? Shariradve vishishtaha. One who is qualified by Shariradve, the gross body and the subtle body. Meaning one who takes oneself to be the body, or mind, or intellect. Shariradve vishishtasya, qualified by, limited by this twofold body, this gross and the subtle. Virodhat. How can Shvetaketu, who is limited by the gross and subtle bodies, how can he be Sat? How can he be limitless? So this Tvam and Tat appear to have altogether opposite meanings. The Tvam is Sharira Dvaya Vishishtaha, Shveta like Shvetaketu, limited by the gross and the subtle body, and Tat stands for Sat, which is Satyam, which is the self of the entire universe, which is all-pervasive, which is limitless. So Virodhat, there is an apparent contradiction between Tvam and Tat. So therefore, Asharira Brahmatmatvam Vedatam Ashakyamiti. What is Brahman? Ashariram, devoid of any Sharira, devoid of any limitation. Ashariram Sharireshu, that which is the bodiless in all the bodies. Brahman not limited to any time, place, condition, body. So how that is limited by the body, how can he be equal to that which is not limited by anything? Iti Manvanaha. So Tattvamasi Shvetaketo, when these words were heard, this question or doubt immediately arises in the mind. This is Mananam. Chodayati, he asked this question, Kah Punaheti. So Bhashyakara says in the 9th line on the page 287. Kah Punaha Asau Shvetaketuhu Tvam Shabdarthaha. Tvam Shabdartha, the one which is the meaning of the word Tvam. Who is it? Shvetaketu. That's who is being told. Shvetaketu, any XYZ, any Tom, Dick and Harry. Anybody can be told. So who is this individual? In this case, Shvetaketu, Tvam Shabdartha, which is Artha, the meaning of the word Tvam, meaning of the word you. So when sage Uddalaka says to Shvetaketu, you are Brahman, what is the meaning of the word you? Is it the Jiva, the limited being, that is being told that you are limitless? How can it be? So we already know who Shvetaketu is, a limited being. So how can he be limitless? Therefore, Kah Punah Sau Shvetaketu Tvam Shabdartha. Who is this Shvetaketu? Which is the meaning of the word Tvam, meaning of the word you. Meaning, what does Tvam or you stand for in this sentence? You are Brahman. The statement is very simple. You are Brahman. So what is meant by you? So what does Sage Uddalaka, the teacher, means by the word you? When he says, you are Brahman. So there were Sharira Dvaya Vishistasya Asharira Brahmatmatvam Vedatum Ashakyamiti. How can Uddalaka say that Shvetaketu, who is limited by the gross and subtle bodies, how can he say that you are Brahman, there is devoid of any body? How Ashakyam, impossible. So Anandagiri asked this question. Tvam padene vachyasya lakshasya va brahmatva ayogaha tvaya uchyate. When you say that Tvam cannot be Tat, Shvetaketu cannot be Brahman. So what do you mean by Shvetaketu? Vachyasya. The Vachyartha of Shvetaketu. What is Vachyartha? The literal meaning, the immediate meaning that flashes in the mind when you use the word. So normally when you use Tat or I, the meaning that flashes in the mind is Sharira Dve Vishishtoham. I am so and so, limited by this body, mind, intellect. It's called Vachyartha. So when you say that, Tvam and Tat They cannot be equal, identical. So meaning that Tvam, which is Jivatma, Vachyartha, Shvetaketu, limited being, that he cannot be limitless. Is that what you mean? Or Tvam Padena Lakshyasya. Or when sage Uddalaka uses the word Tvam or you, where does that word you land? As far as Shvetaketu is concerned, the word you lands into this body-mind complex. Or the self, identified body-mind complex. But what does Uddalaka mean? Says you, Lakshyartha. That you does not land on this body or the mind or the jiva identified with them. It lands to what the true nature of jiva is, which is consciousness. So Vachyartha of Tvam, or Vachyartha of I is Jivatma, the limited being, which is what I take myself to be, the Karta Bhokta. But that is why I need to be told that what you take yourself to be is wrong. You are not Karta, you are not Bhokta, you are limitless, you are Brahman. So therefore, when there is an equation, Tvam is equal to Tat, you say that equation cannot be, in which case, if Tvam is Vachyartha, this is not equal to Tat, or the Lakshyartha of Tvam is not equal to Tat, which do you mean? Nadhya Angikarat. You cannot mean that Vachyartha of Tvam is not Tat. Angikarat, because we also say that. Shvetaketu, the Jivatman, who is the immediate meaning of the word you, or the immediate meaning of the word I, from the part of Shvetaketu, that it is not Brahman, Angikarat, we also accept it. Nadvitiya. But then we do not accept that the Lakshyartha is not Brahman. Nadvitiya. Shariradvaya Vaishistya Upalakshitasya Shrotrattvadi Adhyasa Aspadasya Tvam Pada Lakshasya Brahmatva Vidhane Viroda Asfuranadi Pariharati. So you have to contemplate upon what the teacher must have meant when he said you are Brahman. It is very obvious to even Shvetaketu that I, Shvetaketu, Jivatma, cannot be Brahman, so who am I then? Shariradvaya Vaishistya Upalakshitasya. So one who is implied by you, word you, who is implied by Shvetaketu, who commonly is thought to be the self, qualified by the gross and subtle bodies, who is commonly thought to be so. Upalakshitasya. But through you, what is intended is the unqualified self. Shrutrattvadi adhyasa aspadasya. The self upon which the adhyasa superimposition is done. Shrutrattvadi. So Shvetaketu takes only Shrota, means Karta, Bhokta. So self is aspadam, that which is the locus of the superimposition of Kartritva, Bhoktritva. That self, which is the Lakshyartha of the word Tvam. Tvam the Lakshasya Brahmatva Vidhani. If that one, so that which is aspadam, the locus of superimposition, upon which superimposition is carried out, upon which the attributes of the gross and subtle body are superimposed. So Kartritva, Bhoktritva all belongs to the mind, and the attributes of mind are superimposed upon which the birth and death belong to the body. And so those who are superimposed upon which, on account of which, Shvetaketu thinks that I am subject to birth and death, that I am a doer, I am an enjoyer, that one. If that is being told as Brahman, Virodas Furanad. Then if Shvetaketu therefore understands that by the word Tvam or I is meant that which is the substratum for all these superimpositions, which is unqualified self, then in the mind of Shvetaketu the Virodha will not take place. If Shvetaketu understands by word I a karta or bhokta, then immediately there is a virodha sphuranam. There occurs in his mind a virodha, a contradiction. How can I be Brahman? So when that sentence does not make sense, then he has to explore it further. Maybe that is not what the teacher meant. That the karta, bhokta, I am cannot be Brahman, then am I really karta, bhokta? Is kartritva, bhoktritva, shrotritva, listener, hearer, thinker, is it my true nature? Or do those notions arise on account of identification with the upadhi? So that's how then he lets go the notions born of identification. Bhoktritva, the sense of enjoyship, belongs to the sense organs in the mind. Kartritva, the sense of doership, belongs to intellect and the sense organs of action. So speaking belongs to the organ of speech. Hearing belongs to the organ of hearing. So when he sees this fact and therefore lets go, he withdraws his identification from these two bodies, gross and subtle. And then sees himself what he is as a lakshyartha. Then he finds that there is no virodha, there is no contradiction between tat, tvam and tat. Virodha asfuranat. So virodha or contradiction or resistance arises in our mind if we understand the word tvam as the limited individual. Then the mind cannot accept it. But when that tvam, that shariradvaya, that jiva is replaced by simple consciousness, then there is no virodha. Yes, that is understandable. I accept, understandable, acceptable. Iti pariharati. So this is what Bhashyakara says here. Yohameti. Or the other Tikakara says, Shvediketu shabdarthasya tvampadavatchasya Sad abheda asambhavepi. So Anandagiri does the anuvada of Narendra Puri. So therefore, when you study Anandagiri, Narendra Puri is essentially covered. So Narendra Puri raised the pura objection in the words that Anandagiri represented. This Tikakara is on independent track. So he says, Shvetaketu Shabdarthasya, the meaning of the word Shvetaketu. Tvampada Vachyasya, which is the immediate meaning, which is the Jivatma. Sat Abheda Asambhavepi, that Jiva cannot be Brahman, is impossible. Tal Lakshasya, Sat Abhedam Vaktum Vakyartham. And so, this meaning, this sentence is meant for equating the Lakshyartha of Tvam with Tat. Yoham Bhashyakara says, Yoham Shvetaketuhu Uddalakasya putraha iti veda atmanam adesham shrutva matva vijñāya ca ashrutam amatam avijñātam vijñātum Pitaram papracha Kathannu bhagavaha sa adesho bhavati iti saha eshaha adhikritaha shrota manta vijñāta. So who is Shvetaketu? Yah aham Shvetaketu. Who? One who took himself as Shvetaketu. Uddalakasya putraha, the son of Uddalaka. iti Veda. So one who took himself to be Shvetaketu, the son of Uddalaka, meaning Shairadvaya Vishishtaha, and the one that is qualified by the gross and the subtle body, then only he can be the son of Uddalaka. Iti Veda Atmanam, one who took himself to be Shvetaketu, the son of Uddalaka. Adesham Shrutva Uttatam Adesham Apraksha Yana Shrutam Shrutam Bhavati Amatam Matam Avijñātam Vijñātam iti. So then, when the father asked, hey, did you ask for that knowledge, that instruction? Did you ask for the knowledge of that reality? Hearing Ashrutam, by hearing which everything as well becomes heard, by thinking about which everything as well becomes thought of, by knowing which everything as well becomes known. Did you ask of that Adesha, that truth? Adishyate iti Adesha. So that which is taught, meaning Brahman. Did you ask for Brahman? By hearing which everything is as well heard, by thinking of which everything is as well thought of, by knowing which everything is as well known. So, Adesham Shrutva. When Shvetaketu listened to, heard this Adesha, this instruction from the father, then he thought Matva. He thought about it. He thought about what this statement means. That by listening to one, everything is as well listened to. By knowing one, everything is as well known. Vijñāya. He thought about it and he could not come to any understanding about this. How can it be? Ashrutam, avijñātam, vijñātum. So Pita, the father, created in him Jignasa. First of all, you have to create the background for teaching. You should teach that person who wants to know. You should give food to the person who is hungry. And so also, you should impart teaching to the one who wants to know. But here is the person who has no desire to know, meaning who does not see the need to know. Therefore, you must first create a need to know. So father did this. It was a very clever, very intelligent way. That's what we saw in the Anubhuti Prakasha. How the intention of father was to instigate him, disturb him, make him think. So therefore, when Shvetaketu deliberated upon this statement of father and could not come to any understanding of how it can it be, that by knowing one, that you know everything, how can it be? So then arouse in him jignasa, a desire to know, I want to know that. So, Ashrutam, Amatam, Avijñātam, Vijñātam. So father told him that there is something, knowing which everything is as well known. This was beyond Shvetaketu's, imagination. How can it be? But Shvetaketu did not say, I don't care what it is, He didn't say that. So, is there something like that? By hearing which everything is well heard, by thinking of which everything is well thought of, by knowing which everything is as well known, I want to know it. Vijñātam Pitaram Papracha. Therefore, he asked of his father, Kathan Bhagava Sadesha Bhavati. This sentence can be interpreted two ways. How can it be? How can it be that by knowing one you can know everything? In which case it is a question or it is an objection. Which is how Anubhuti Prakashkar took it as an objection. Or it's a simple question. Simple desire to know. katham sa adesho bhavadeti? Oh revered sir, please tell me how that adesha is, how that instruction is, how that truth is. Please tell me. That's how Bhashyakara explains it. This papracha, this is a question and not an objection. Because word katham can be interpreted either way. Katham can be a question or it can be an objection. So, desire is to know that reality, knowing which everything as well is known. He asked his father, "Oh revered sir, venerable sir, how can it be? In what way? That adesha, what's the nature of the truth?" Saha, esha, then adhikrita, shrota, manta, vijñāta. Having asked that question, then Shvetaketu became adhikari for Shravanam. Not until then. So father also would not straight away instruct him unless Shvetaketu is prepared to listen. That is why he said, Na prushta kasyachit bruyat. Do not say this to anybody who is not asking you, meaning that who is not interested in this. That's what it means. Someone who asks is the one who is interested in knowing. So do not say this to the one who is not interested, because it will be a waste. So father did not start teaching Shvetaketu even though he knew that he doesn't know. The fact that Anupchanamani Mahamanaha, there's nobody like me, nobody is as intelligent as I am. Oh, I am very learned and I can give discourses and stuff like that. It's very clear that he doesn't know that. But father did not right away start giving instruction. It was necessary to create a desire to know in the son. And therefore, in a very clever or intelligent way, the father presented this adesha. It just baffled the son. He was flabbergasted. How can it be? But being what he was, he said, hey, I should know this. So, revered sir, please tell me, what's the nature of the truth? So now he became what? Adhikari. Yajnavalkya first turned Maitreya into Adhikari. Similarly, the teacher turns the student into Adhikari first. Even though the people come unsuspecting of anything, they just walk into the class for whatever reason and they have no idea what it is here. So teacher must first turn him into a seeker, a jignasu, the one who is desirous to know. Then only the teaching will be effective. If he is not interested in knowing, regardless of what you tell him, will have no effect on him. Bhaishaga Bhagavat, that's what will happen. But Sesha Adhikrutaha Shrota Manta Vijñāta. Why he became Shrota? Because Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati. So he wants to know what is it, hearing which everything is well heard. So he became Shrota. Adhikari Shrota means he became qualified to hear. Amatam Matam Bhavati. Therefore he became Manta. Avijñāta Vijñāta Bhavati. He became Vijñāta. Became means what? Qualified Shrota. Qualified to hear, qualified to think, and qualified to know. So first of all, he should become a qualified person for being fit to give this instruction to be given to him. So how Shvetaketu is transformed, how Arjuna is transformed from a simple warrior into a mumukshu, into a jignasu. Yashreyasyaat nischitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. And Lord waited until this transformation took place. Because until then, even if Lord Krishna said, wait a minute, forget it, right now I don't have time, I have to fight this battle. What are you talking about? Atma, etc. He just disposition, the mind is not disposed. So therefore some trick was required. Pasyaitan kuruniti. Here Arjuna, look at all these Kauravas. That is enough to set the whole chain of emotions, rolling in the mind of Arjuna. That it became Tamta Krupaya Avishtam, Ashrupurna Kolekshanam. Krupaya Avishtam, the Krupa took hold of him. The Krupa means here the sadness, pity. Even self-pity took hold of him. Ashrupurna Kolekshanam, his eyes were almost filled with tears. So, when that situation came, and when he did not know how to get out of the situation, what is the solution of this? Then only he surrenders. So Shvetaketu also surrendered to the father. Until then, Mahamanaha Anuchanamani Stabdha Iva Eyaya, unbending, stiff. So he was not the person who can be told Brahma Jnanam. So he became, Adhikari, Shrota, Manta, Vijnata. So when he came to a point where he was ready now to listen, he was ready to think, ready to know. So that is Yaha. Who is Shvetaketu? This is Shvetaketu. How the transformation took place. Then further, Tejo Bannamayam Karyakarna Sanghatam Pravishta Para Eva Devata Nama Rupa Vyakaranaya Adarshe Iva Purushaha Suryadi Iva Jaladau Pratibimba Rupena Sa Atmanam Karyakarnebhyah Pravibhaktam Sadrupam Sarvatmanam Prakpitu Shravanad Navijajnyo. Who is Shvetaketu? Who did not know this? That's a Shvetaketu. What? Prak Pituhu Shravanat. Pitu Sakashat Shravanat. Before he listened to the instruction or the teaching from his father, before that he did not know all of this. What did he not know? Tejo Bannamayam Karyakarna Sangatam Pravishta Paradeva Eva Devata. Who am I? I am Paradevata. I am the Supreme Deity. I am Brahman. How can I be Brahman? Because Tejo Bannamayam Karyakarna Sanghatam Pravishta Devata. That Devata, Paramatma, has entered this Karyakarna Vishishta Sanghatam. I am not this body-mind complex. Who am I? I am the Devata, the Supreme Deity that has entered this body-mind sense complex. Made up of the three elements, Tejo Bannamayam. The Upadhi is the product of the three elements, the fire, water and earth. Both gross as well as subtle bodies are the product of the three elements, gross, subtle and causal. He did not know that I am the Paradeva, the Supreme Deity who has entered this body-mind sense complex. Why did that Supreme Deity enter? Nama Rupa Vyakarana. For bringing to clear manifestations names and forms. So Paramatma entered this Upadhi in order to bring to clear manifestation the names and forms. To assume names and forms. So Paramatma entered to assume variety of names and forms. And so, what is it? Our Purusha Suktam. Namani Krutva Abhivadan Yadaste. Namani Krutva Abhivadan. So to assume different names and forms, the Supreme Deity entered. How did it enter now? What's the nature of entry? When it physically came, like Lord Krishna physically entered Dwarika. So there, that Atma Puranakara said it is like the self entering, So because Aitareya Upanishad says that the self entered through the aperture in the crown of the head. So how did Lord Krishna enter Dwarika? So the Akasha Marga he enters. So Dwarika stands for this body, mind, sense complex, and the Lord entered. So Adarsha Iva Purushavan is just as a person enters a mirror. It's not a physical entry, but like a person entering as a mirror, as a pratibimba. Person entering a mirror as a reflection. Pratibimba rupena Adarshava Purusha Suryadheva Jalado, or the sun, etc., entering the water as a reflection. That is how the entry is. So when sun enters the water as a reflection, nothing happens to sun. No change happens. Because there is no real entry. Pratibimba or reflection is not a real entity. But the effect is as though the sun has entered the pool of water, the bucket of water. Similarly, when my face gets reflected in the mirror, there is no real entering the mirror. But the effect is as though I have entered the mirror. If I did not know that what I see is my reflection, if I think that that is I, standing in front of the mirror, I think, hey, I have gone inside. If I think that, I have entered. Or the sun, looking at the reflection in the water, thinks that I have really entered. So in that manner is entry. Entry is the identification. So Pratibimba Rupena, there is no real entry, no real change or transformation in the one who enters. So when sun gets reflected, there is no real change or transformation in sun. Or when my face enters the mirror, there is no change or modification in the face. That is very important. Sa Atmanam Karyakarnebhya Pravibhaktam Sadrupam Sarvatmanam Na Vijagnyau. He did not know that I am the Supreme Deity, I am the Paramatma who has entered this body-mind complex merely for Vyavahara. But Paramatma also can do the Vyavahara provided he enters his body. Even Paramatma cannot do Vyavahara. He cannot talk to anybody. He cannot play with anybody unless he enters in the body of Lord Krishna. Then only he can play, he can talk, he can do things. Otherwise, being where he is in Vaikuntha, in the absolute Satta, he can't do anything. Therefore it takes avatara to be able to do Vyavahara, to interact with people, to play with them, to bless them. So, the deity enters here so that he can talk, he can walk, and he can do all this Vyavahara. But then, forgetting that I have entered this body only for Vyavahara, like actor, forgetting that I have put on this costume only for the purpose of play or drama and not in reality, he forgets that and takes himself to be the real beggar. So Shvetaketu was like that, the Supreme Deity, none other than Brahman, which on its own as though entered this body-mind complex and identified with it. So does not I am the actor, thinks that I am the beggar. So Pitu Shravanat. Before Shvetaketu listened to the teaching of the father, he did not know that he is Karyakarnebhya Pravibhaktam. that I am different from this Karya Karana. Karya means gross body, Karana means subtle body. I am different from the gross and subtle body. He did not know. He took the gross and subtle body itself as his own self. Sadrupam. Who am I? If I am different from the body-mind complex, who am I? Sadrupam. I am simple existence. Just pure being. Just simple existence. Simple consciousness. That's what I am. Meaning less and less unqualified I am. Formerly, he thought himself to be qualified. And it is that qualification which set him apart from everybody else. One qualified being is naturally different from another qualified being. Therefore, as long as I take myself to be confined to this body-mind-sense complex, so long I look upon myself as different from everybody else. But when my perception of myself changes, Sadrupam, the gross body I am not, subtle body I am not. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I am pure Sat consciousness. Then when he has that perception, then his perception of everybody also changes. Then he says, I am Sarvatma. As the one identified with the body-mind sense complex, I cannot be the self of all. But when I reduce myself to unqualified, all qualifications given up. So, the real process of becoming free is to let go all qualifications. Unfortunately, what we do is we gather qualifications. We decorate ourselves with qualifications and further distinguish ourselves. More qualified I am, more distinct I am from others, and more isolated I am. So, in a way, these qualifications seem to nourish my ego, and I seem to get that kind of satisfaction, all right. Not realizing that I have to pay a great price in terms of even a greater sense of separation from others, and therefore a greater sense of isolation. Isolation at the top, they say, at the top of the pyramid, there is nobody other than him. So that is what causes suffering. Sense of smallness, limitedness, isolation, separated, being excluded. I find that I am not excluded because I have so distinguished myself that, and more I distinguish myself, more excluded I feel. Less distinguished you are, less excluded you feel. So, more common you are, more included you are. More uncommon you are, more excluded you are. So all the time suffering from a sense of exclusion. That's Sadrupam. I am just Sat. Sarvatmanam. I am the self of all. Then qualified, so which is the self, which is Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Panditaha Samadarshinaha. In all the qualified beings, sattvic beings such as a Brahmana, the Rajas beings such as a cow, tamas beings such as an elephant or a dog. Panditaha Samadarshina. Nirdoshami Samam Brahma. So when I reduce myself to the being who is Nirdosha and Nirguna, as long as I keep on piling up these gunas upon myself, so long doshas also get piled up. Every achievement comes with its own, limitation, problems, own defects. So Nirdoshami Samam Brahma. So process to become Nirdosha, Nirguna, Nirvishesha. Unnecessarily those fellows are fighting that there is Nirguna Brahman. The purpose of saying it is that so you become Nirguna, become Nirdosha, become Nirvishesha. Give up this Visheshta, give up these qualifications which arise from identification. The thing is, all the gunas and all the qualifications ultimately are in the upadhi. It is true that we want to give up all evil tendencies by first of all resorting to the good tendency. The asuri sampad is given up by resorting to the Daivi sampad. But ultimately, that Daivi sampad also belongs to upadhi. Now they don't want to give up that. So how can you Daivi sampad? How can you give up? That's what makes you happy. But that happiness is vyavaharik happiness. So if you have really that kind of vairagya where even Daivi Sampat also is let go, that requires a big vairagya. Then you realize that you are the one in Eko Deva Sarva Bhuteshu Gudaha. That oneself is lodged itself in all the beings. That's what you find. You find you're unexcluded. So when unexcluded, you are included, and then you include everything. That is where the satisfaction in life is. That's where happiness is. Happiness is in being included by others and including others. Sarvatmanam na viduhu. He was suffering. That's why he says stabdaha, anuchanamani, mahamanaha. At all description of suffering person. Even though he thinks that I am something, I am such and such, but all that is a description of a person who is suffering. That's what Father saw. So, sarvatmanam na vijajñau. That's why so, stadhasya vijajñau iti. That's why Bhashyakara is na vijajñau. Until then, he did not know. Going to Annagiri Vijñāya ca Vedeti Purvena sa Sambandha. So, Putreti Veda Atmanam Adesham Shrutva Matva Vijñāya ca. So, Vijñāya ca Vedeti Purvena sa Sambandha. That is how he knew himself, Veda. So, this is what Shvetaketu thought himself to be Veda. Tasya satah sakasad aupadiko bhedah vastutastu aikyamiti matvaha. The Shvetaketu thought that I am different from Sat, I am different from Brahman, I am different from others, I am different from the limitless. Aupadiko bhedah. The bheda of the sense of division is upadhika. Is only created from upadhi. What is upadhi? Shairadvaya, gross and subtle body. Vastutastu aikyamiti. Isha jivayoho veshadhibhida sat svabhavato vastu kevalam. So bheda is only because of the vesha, sat svabhavataha. From the standpoint of Svabhava, which is Sat, Vastu Kevalam. So Vastu Tastu Aikyamiti. In reality, there is Aikyam, the identity between Shvetaketu and Sat. Iti Matva Tejo Bandhamayam Kayakana Sangadam, etc. So Pravibhaktam Sadrupam Sa Atmanam Karyakarane Pravibhaktam Atmanam Siddhanandi Tvam Padatham Shvetaketum Nirdharya Taddasya ityadi vyachaste. So, taddasya ityadi. Taddasya vijajñaviti. That's what Bhashyakara explains. What is tat? Asya pitu. That means he learned from his father. That he knew. He understood what the father said. What did father say? Atmanam. So Karyakarnebhya Pravibhaktam Sadrupam Sarvatmanam. That's what Vijay knew, which he did not know before the instruction of his father, is what he knew after the instruction of the father. Or going to the Tika, Pratibhimba Rupenedi, Praveshtedi Padena, Pullinga, Viparinamena, Anushaktena, Anvayaha. See, if you look at the sentence, Karyakana Sangatam Pravishta Para Eva Devata. Devata entered the Karyakana Sangata. How Adarsheva Purusha? So what? Pravishta. So in case of Purusha, that Pravishta should be changed to Pullinga Viparinamena Pravishta. Or Suryadeva Jalado Pravishtam, maybe. So Surya Dihi all and Pravishta. So that Pravishtam which applies to Paradevata should be transformed to Pravishta. Tvam padarthamukta vachyarthamuktva lakshyarthamaha. Now there is no sacha, that cha is not there, sa iti. Sa atmanam karyakarnebhya pravibhaktam sadrupam sarvatmanam. That is the lakshyartha. What is vachyartha? Karyakarna sanghatam pravishta paradevata etc. What is lakshyartha? Atmanam karyakarnebhya pravibhaktam sadrupam sarvatmanam. So what he thought himself to be is the one who is possessed of the gross and subtle bodies. But what is in reality? One who is distinct from the gross and subtle bodies. One who is of the nature of Sat, of the self, that is self of all. That is the lakshyartha of the word Tvam. So Bhashyakara states here both Vachyartha and Lakshyartha. What is Vachyartha? What is the literal meaning or immediate meaning? So Svetaketuhu Uddalakasya Putraha. That's the Vachyartha. Shariradvaya Vishishtaha. Drashta, Shrota, Manta, Adhikrutaha, etc. And Vachyartha, Lakshyartha, Atmanam, Karyakarnebhya, Pravibhaktam, Sadrupam, Sarvatmanam. Tasad Abheda Yogyatamaha, Pravibhak Sadrupam. That his Lakshyartha is Abheda Yogya, is quite proper, is identified with Sat. See the Tikakara, Evam Bhutasya Arthasya Jnanam Vakya Shravananantaram Eva Jayate. Evam Bhutasya Arthasya. This is Lakshyarthasya. Vachyartha, Svetaketu already knows who am I. Lakshyartha, he will know only when he is taught by the teacher, otherwise he cannot know. Vachyartha, Dashamaha Nashtaha. The Dashama 10th man is lost. I'm the 10th man. That's a Vachyartha. He will never know that I'm the 10th man unless he is told, unless this is brought to his attention. He is made to see. Similarly, Svetaketu, who is quite rooted in his notion about himself that I am son of Uddalaka, that I am the one possessed of this gross and subtle bodies, he will never know that I am Brahman. Evam bhutasya arthasya. So Lakshyartha, which is Sadrupam, Sarvatmanam, Karyakarnebhya, Pravibhaktam, he would never know. So Vakya Shravananantaram Eva Jayate. Only when he says Tvam Dashamosi, that's a Vakya. Here, Tvam Tadasi, you are that, that's a Vakya. Vakya Shravananantaram Jayate. That both the knowledge of what the true nature of myself is can only take place after listening to, meaning understanding what the teacher teaches. Na tataha purvam pramanantarena. So Tikakara says that for this knowledge, the Mahavakya is the pramana. Upanishad is pramana. For the true nature, knowledge of the true nature of self, Upanishad is Pramanam. What is Upanishad? Mahavakya. What is Mahavakya? Tattvamasi. So this Vakya, the statement Tattvamasi, is the Pramanam for knowing the true nature of myself. Pramanantaram. I have other means of knowledge like perception, inference. They are not adequate for enabling me to know the true nature of myself. So, na tata purvam pramanantarena. So that's why Bhashyakara Prak Pituhu Shravanat na vijagnyau. Before listening to instruction from the father, he did not know. Naturally, because this can be known only through the Mahavakya, and until he heard that Mahavakya from his father, naturally he did not know. He would not know from the means of knowledge available at his disposal. From the perception, from the inference, etc., there is no way that Shvetaketu could have known that. Na avedavin manute tam bruhantam. Tam bruhantam avedavit na manute. That great self, the one who does not know the Veda, not exposed to Vedic teaching, would never know the nature of Paramatma. Tattvam aupanishadam purusham Veda. So, Pratchamiya. That's what Yajnavalkya asked of Shakalya. Do you know the Upanishad Purusha? Upanishad egamya Purusha. The Purusha, the person that can be known only by Upanishad Pramanam. इत्यादि श्रुते इति एतस्मिन् अर्थे तद्दास्य विजज्ञौ इति वाक्यं व्याचष्टे. तो वाक्य से तद् अस्य विजज्ञौ. Now Shvetaketu knew. Now Shvetaketu understood. So until now he did not understand. Why? Because until now he was not exposed to the Mahavakya and did not know with the means available at his disposal. So iti etasmin arthe. So this is artha of the meaning which was conveyed by taddasya vijagnyau iti. Iti vakyam vyachaste. In that manner Bhashyakara explains that vakya taddasya vijagnyau. So when Shruti says that Shvetaketu now understood what it means, so far he did not understand. Why? Because he did not hear the Mahavakya. Why did he not hear? Because he did not expose himself to teaching. Why not? Because he thought he knows everything. So Bhashyakara here in one sentence here, a couple of sentences, show the whole Upanishad, and the transformation and the right condition that arose for the knowledge to take place. Okay, we will continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.